Majic 102.3 DC's R&B station. I'm Michelle Wright, and me and this guy goes back. Me and this guy go back. You hear how he's making me talk, making me flub my words, and I speak for a living. He's one of the sexiest men alive, and I gotta ask him about this eyes half mask thing that he does. Hi, Tank.
How you doing?
All right, multi-Grammy Award nominated. I tell you right away, this album right here, Stronger. I am glad you kept this for yourself. Man, this thing is amazing.
I appreciate it. You know what is crazy is that, you know, people who are in touch with the roots of R&B music are really excited about this album.
Yeah.
They're like, it's really a breath of fresh air.
It
for
is
them
indeed.
to have music that reminds them of Marvin Gaye, of Morris Day and the Time, of the Gap Band, of Michael Jackson, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those moments are in the album on purpose, you know what I mean, to bridge the gap, you know what I mean, to make the connection between what's going on now in R&B and how it was the inception of R&B, you know what I mean? And so I wanted to put those two things. I just thought it was important that for me as a leader in the R&B community to make the connection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that the young people, you know, who follow me and listen to me understand where all of this is coming from.
Well, it's your 6th solo release. It's in
Yes.
stores now, Stronger.
Mhm.
And I want to get into it and talk about how you made me feel. Because, you know, there's music that, you know, you might sing along to for a minute, and there's songs that come out every month. But a song that makes you feel something,
Yes.
that stuff never goes away.
There's no substitute for that.
That's right.
I told Keith Sweat, we did a show together, and I was like, I said, you were part of the reason why I do R&B music, because I remember walking down the street going to a county fair, you know what I mean? I was a little kid, and I remember a car driving by playing this music. I mean, it was like, they're playing it loud, and all you heard was, make it last forever. And I was like, whoa. And it stopped me in my tracks.
Yeah.
The music, the melodies, everything. And I didn't understand it as a kid, but as I got older, you know, I knew and realized that I wanted to be part of music that made people feel like that.
Yep.
That made people stop and define the space and time. You know what I'm saying? When you know where you were, who you were with, who you was holding hands with, who you got the kiss from, like where you went on the date. Like music that has that type of effect. And this album is that.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Right away, the first time I heard You're My Star, I actually went,
Yeah.
One, not only because that's a jam, up tempo, just makes you feel like just getting up. I don't care, you know, you could have just broke your ankle. You like, I gotta move something.
You gotta do
You
something.
know, but talk
Yeah.
about that song. I mean, you light up my world, you're my star.
Well, I mean, it started with the track. It started with a bass line that I thought I made up. And then
No,
somebody was
you
like,
didn't.
man, that ain't nothing but Michael
That
Jackson,
Michael
Heartbreak
Jackson.
Hotel. I said, really? So I said, well, I'm doing it a little different. But, you know, and I continued to make the track, and I built this track, and I was like, you know what? What if we just wrote just a good song?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No gimmicks, no nothing, just something that women would love to hear outside of what they're hearing right now with all this crazy music that's going on right now. I said, let's just write a great song.
Yes.
And that's how we came up with that.
You
and
sure
we just
did.
wanted to write a good up-tempo, a good R&B up-tempo record.
That is a jam. They are calling for me because you're public awaits. But I got to roll through real quick. Let's see. Dance with me. I mean, I think I got it right.
You think you got
right,
the left step?
left, front, back,
Okay,
front.
I see your hips moving. I mean,
Yes.
you shuffling.
Well, you know, the Tank's in the studio. A woman's
got it.
going to move her hips.
You
see
you
me?
close. You almost got it. You close.
It's Tank on Majic 102.3. I love this man.